Hello, everyone. Here is Business News, episode 78. I have my co-host, BindiBindi, who she is on the run, okay, with her mobile. Our topic today is CCP's fingerprint all over FTX. So, Bindi, say hello to everyone, please.
Good evening.
声音大一点 It's too small volume. Are you there?
I am not on the run. I'm on the road. This is
On the road.
BindiBindi.
Okay. Yeah. Good thing you got nothing to do with
I didn't do
FTX.
anything to FTX.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
I
right.
didn't do anything. So I'm not on the run. Okay,
worries.
so unfortunately there was some miscalculation as far as timing is concerned. So I'm not home as yet. So that's the reason why I can't appear on camera. So apologies. But anyway, today you are all focused on True007, who's is all dressed in gym fashion, and going to talking about CCP's fingerprint all over FTX.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's start with Miles Go's video flower, please, about what's happening with the FTX.
推特这两天要破产，第一次有人说破产，谁说过？七哥最早说过了，搞不好就要破产。推特不是破不破产的问题，跟着共产党走进火葬场。埃伦·巴斯克先生太聪明了，就不要跟着共产党在上海开工厂，更不要期望着共产党和俄罗斯能给你有好东西，是不可能的。希望埃伦·巴斯克先生看好，走好，能觉醒过来，太重要了。这共产党本来是希望俄乌战争打赢以后，有助他打台湾，削弱美国，转移视线，然后伊朗、中东制造各种事端，让他浑水摸鱼。所谓的这个双龙政策，俄取乌，他取台，伊朗在中东撒撒野，结果呢，又是搬起石头砸了自己的脚。俄乌战争把普京先生给整成了肛门癌了，连赫尔松这个地方，唯一一个俄罗斯从2月份进攻到乌克兰，唯一占了个那么块一个地盘，就这也得交回来，多可怜，多丢人呐！不但这个东西交回来了，关键的问题，俄罗斯要解体，整个中国大半个中国未来想往北去的可能绝对没有，只有北往南来，灾难吧！一年几千亿美元，这过去这10几年，中国拿了上万亿美元给俄罗斯，买气买油吧，签合同啊，2个4000多亿嘛，又把你手砸自己的脚。FTX 作为一个数字货币的最大交易所之一，基本上称为叫数字货币的央行、数字货币的美联储。投资者不是名人就是政府，结果是一夜之间倒下，而且是被一个比自己还烂还坏的共产党的走狗叫赵长鹏给干掉了，计划掉了。而且 FTX 从香港干了很多事儿，还共产党的很多关系，背后很多共产党的家人的股东，坑了多少名人，多少人家破人亡。想和赵长鹏合作，那又是跟着共产党走进火葬场。现在是跟着共产党的走狗，你照样也进火葬场，证明了吧？这回赵长鹏彻底完了。FTX 他动用了客户资金，币安会动多少？币安比他动的多得多，所有的币安就是个庞氏骗局，而且是共产党是整个是赵长鹏控制，就像当年火币一样。我说李林他干不下去，因为他背后是共产党，共产党现在就等着把赵长鹏这个东西养大，给西方那个炸弹咚引爆了。这就是 FTX 最核心就一个原因，挪用了客户资金还不上，而挪用的资金被赵长鹏掌握了，赵长鹏还帮助他挪用了资金，而且自己那里呢是参与者，最后把他给撂出去干掉。他以为是在清理对手，共产党想这么玩，但是他没想到，这引起了全世界币圈知道赵长鹏是100%共产党，包括比特币、以太币。
Okay, now we're back to stage. So the fallout of FTX is a very hot issue now. So I would like to give everyone a summary what's happening. Okay, according to the Lotus, FTX founder Bankman-Fried secretly moved 10 billion of funds to trading platform Alameda. Okay, Alameda. And Bankman-Fried showed spreadsheets to colleagues that revealed shift of funds to Alameda. Spreadsheets indicated that between 1 billion and 2 billion in clients' money is unaccounted for. Executives set up bookkeeping backdoor that they voted red flags. Whereabouts of missing funds is unknown. So that's called New York, November 11th, looters. At least 1 billion of customer funds have vanished from collapse the crypto exchange FTX, according to the two people familiar with the matter. The exchange found that Sam Bankman-Fried secretly transferred 10 billion of customers' funds from FTX to Bankman-Fried trading company called Alameda Research. Okay, they like to use the word research, right? Alameda Research. The people told the Reuters. So a large portion of that total has since disappeared. It just disappeared. So someone's stolen it, maybe. They said one source put the missing amount is about 1.7 billion. The other said the gap was between 1 to 2 billion. Well, that's as it is, the report. So we're going to have a look. As depicted, FTX was worth about 32 billion, within which we know now 1.7 or 2 billion was moved out to what? To the other guys, to a company called the Alameda Research, which is owned by Bankman-Fried. So isn't that the conflict of interest? So let's discuss a few points with Bindi. Number one, to cost the Western. So what was the purpose of the CCP behind? What's the CCP's motivation? We know they're all over these places with Zhao Changpeng's, being announced together. The motivation to take down the crypto exchanges and crush the cryptos. So the point one that we're going to discuss is how the Western public to lose confidence in cryptos, which is not backed by central banks. They're going to cost that. So I ask Bindi to come in, just give us a few hints how they could cost that. Bindi. I can hear you, Bindi.
Okay, FTX in the first place, the position of FTX as opposed to Binance is that it's a fierce competitor of Binance. And Zhao Changpeng, of course, we know that he's a lackey of CCP, and he has taken he's the front man to take down FTX only because he is thinking that it's taking out the competitor of Binance. But according to Mount Score, they've never expected that this would actually cause Zhao Changpeng's position in the CCP to be exposed in the crypto circle. What they want to do is not just only focusing on FTX, but more importantly, Mount Score has said that they are actually most likely going to focus on Coinbase. And guess what? Coinbase is American, right? So is FTX. FTX is why we say that it has is at its peak worth $32 billion. Usually, a business traditionally, the way it is valued is based on the revenue times 4 times. Usually, I do not know whether this is also the same yardstick that is used to value a crypto, but it's possibly somewhere in that direction, I would say. that it's not as if that $32 billion are being transacted through FTX, but it's more likely that maybe a quarter of that is being transacted through FTX, and from business valuations point of view, they are usually times 4. Is that correct? 007?
Well, I think it wasn't quite specified when they say, I think from what if they can stolen about the $2 billion, you would say that is actually, when you buy the token, you pay the cash. The cash is supposed to stay there as the reserve money, but only Himalaya Exchange did that, okay? But none of them did this. So that's what happens. I think I would say that is the cash reserve, okay? That's how it's valued. So it's
so
like
in 72 hours, the first 72 hours of news of FTX having issue, $6-7 billion were withdrawn.
withdrawn.
Were
Okay,
attempted to withdraw. Yeah,
that's right.
$6-7 billion.
Yeah.
So it is not. I don't think it is the case that the FTX has actually $32 billion being transacted, but more like it is. It's quite high. It's $1 billion venture, and 32 is the worth of that FTX at its peak.
Yeah, that's right. That would be the like stock price, okay, the crypto price. That's the FTX price. Is FTT against USD. Say in the mark on the top left, you can see that is the market value of this particularly FTT versus. But if you look at the chart, say within 5 days, this whole thing basically gone to $1.10, $1.55 from from the peak of somewhat $35. It was 41.
So yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So the talk in the market is that it's because of a liquidity issue. And even the CEO here, Himalaya Exchange, also talk about liquidity. But according to Mousecore, it has nothing to do with liquidity, but it is a case of misappropriating the funds.
Correct.
So misappropriating the funds, of course, in a way, is also another way of looking at it is liquidity, because they've used up the funds. So when people want to cash out, the fund is not there to cash to pay people, to pay account holders. So it is a case of misappropriation of trust account, trust money. So it is a very big thing for any one of us who have had manage trust accounts before, whether you're a lawyer, an accountant, even real estate agents, they manage trust accounts. Trust account has a different set of books compared to the operating accounts. It is a big deal in the Western world for management of mismanagement of a trust account, and in fact.
Yeah. Okay. No. All right. No worries. Okay. Well, as Bindi just raised the issue about how you run the books of trust fund, which is different from that trust fund money. It's not none of it's client's money. Client's money put in your trust account. That's basically you gotta guide them with what we call the specific money for specific usage. Definitely you should not let, or the whole system should be designed in a way where no one is allowed to withdraw the money from the trust account except the clients sell the crypto and redeem the cash as they will. If they run in this way, there won't be a panic. There won't be, you know what happens? Why, you see a couple of years ago, Zhao Tangpeng has made the big bucks out of that. You know how much? he was paid. He was paid, getting paid over that for the for amount of like $2 billion, something like that, if I remembered it correctly. So he was made that much money, and he's probably knowing that through his investment, through his dealings, okay, with and what happened is, okay, through the dealing with Alameda, okay, the company that Bankman Fried set up to trade, okay, to set up. So he would know that they were, did the wrong thing by storing the money from the from the bank account, which is a trust bank account, belong to the clients. When you put the money into buy the token, start trading, okay, with that US dollars, you come in, then you're not supposed to be using that reserve. I mean, Miles Gore mentioned before, companies, often don't buy the rule. What they do is they even buy that, so-called algorithm reserve. They buy that, they buy Bitcoin, buy others, and you know what happened? When everything crashes, the reserve value crashed. So therefore, it will cost the crypto in trading per se will cost accordingly or instantly indeed in terms of value within a seconds. So this is one of the things I think we learned. The other thing I learned, if you read what Zhao Changpeng's Twitter is, a few days ago he said, he was asked to rescue the company, rescue FXT to buy it out. You know what he did? He looked into, and then the market is supposed to be started going to return, and the confidence started returning. Balance come, big deal, a lot of money coming, and then you know what he did? Then after a couple of days, he made a statement. 2 or 3 days later, this is beyond the repair. Basically, that there is so much money is gone, and the debt is much more than the asset. So when Zhao Changpeng, it's sort of like his company made the DD and made that statement, what happened? No matter who you are, in the way in the cryptocurrency world, any statement by Zhao, he knows it's going to crash the whole company to ashes, and he did very well. You know who is behind that?
Yeah, what when Miles Gore said that the reason why they want to do this is to create fear and panic in the crypto circle for people to lose faith in cryptocurrency. So that they will usher them into a centralized CBDC. And who is ready with the CBDC other than digital renminbi, right? So that is the whole point, is that because nobody else is ready with the CBDC. Australia is not, America is not. Who else is? Only digital renminbi, and this is the strategy which China has. And after Indonesia, we know that Xi Jinping is going to go to Saudi Arabia and also to attend the Gulf Summit. What do they call it? Gulf Arab Summit, to promote digital RMB. Digital RMB will then be in a very good position to replace petrol USD, also because Saudi Arabia has already signed deal to trade oil with using digital renminbi. So it seems very timely that CCP is implementing this crypto warfare. Do you think they are going to succeed? Because from what I've heard from Miles Gore so far, it seems that the CCP is now having an upper hand in this whole thing. What do you think?
Well, I think you're right. You just have a look at the history of Binance. We know that Binance is owned by Wang Qishan and those guys, Wang Qishan, Zheng Qinghong, the families, all right, and Jiang Zicheng. And I was just going to update with what I was talking about with the Binance CEO Zhao Changpeng. Commonly known as CZ, initially invested in FTX. Which year? In 2019. That's 2019. That's 3 years ago. but later sold his controlling stake in 2021, 2 years. Reuters reports Zhao was paid, or in other words, sold that, get paid 2.1 billion worth of FTT. So 2.1 billion worth of FTT. That's what he get paid for that. Okay, that money, the monetary value was 2.1 billion US dollars. So the native crypto token that gives user access to FTT trading platform 2 days ago. So this is what happens. You know what happened? With 2.1 billion worth of FTT, Zhao Changpeng over the last, couple of years, he would be able to what? He would be able to, be a market maker, buy and sell. So money laundering, and he has washed all that FTT in the cash, and he would know, okay, because he's seems very close to that guy, okay, Bankman fried. I mean, Bankman get fried. I mean, sorry for my plain English. It's not very good news, isn't it? So what you could say is, okay, what kind of business deal they've done, and Zhao knows the financial position, okay, that there may be possibility that the client's money could not be redeemed because most of the money, 1 billion or 1.7 billion or $2 billion, according to inside sources and Reuters reports, that has been shifted out and has gone. Okay, so it's gone. You can't get the money back. That's why when you sell, it's crashed the market and you can't redeem. That's the problem. Is I think then Zhao appeared to be a saver, comes on and talking to Bankman Fried to say, hi, we might be buying you out and we're gonna rescue you, blah blah blah. Then after a couple of days, he changed his mind. You know what that does? That will send the rest of the guys waiting to be sold the FTT, or someone trying to do a deal, or someone do a buy instead of short. Okay, then they all change the direction. Everyone's short or sell or dump it. So this is why this whole thing crashed to zero, and then now we found there's no cash inside there anymore. So, but I'm sure with the crypto and so on, all the ledgers, it should be viewable by someone, and then Chus will be fine now. But according to my score, this is how CCP does. That's what you just give your point, the Bindi, about, okay, the whole point is to make the Western crypto cycle very fearful. So the sentiment are very fearful, and encourages what? Encourage like administrations like SEC alike, okay, government agencies to pour extreme tight controlling in the crypto industry. Well, that will make that, you know what that does? That will help CCP to build his Hong Kong digital currency trading hub rapidly. And Zhao Changpeng is going to play a major role, the rest of the other guys as well. So very soon, the Western is going to see CCP is in the top upper hand of leading the world with cryptocurrencies. And the US, Europe is going to be behind because they're going to try and, while they're thinking about controlling everyone, CCP just went ahead and go ahead. And this is the last enemy could be is FXT. And FXT would be the potential competitor, biggest one for Zhao Changpeng. And by doing so, by pull out the plugs and under the base, this whole thing fall off. And we can't say it's going to be rescued or retained. This is what CCP wanted. CCP wanted to be the number one, okay? The number one in the leading of the next digital currency, mentioning about the fiat digital currency, as well as decentralized cryptocurrency as well. I think this is what we should understand. That this same is the case, and this is what Miles Gore said as well. Back to you, Bindi. Any other point? Hello, Bindi. Okay. Looks like a Bindi may run out of battery. I'll wait for you for 10 seconds, Bindi. All right. Okay, I'll continue with Flower. Please put the chart of FTX pricing chart. What I wanted, the time is nearly up. What I wanted to conclude, maybe what Miles said, we've got to remember, okay? We've got to remember the fundamental issue with what happened to FXT, what caused the crash, okay? The main issue number one is that you never use your client's money parked in your trading platform and steal the money away. Okay, this kind of behavior is against any regulations of banking rules and so on. I mean, that's on there. You as a trust account or specifically designed for the client's pool. No one, including the investors and the CEOs and the directors of any trading platform, this is your money. If you touch it, you are deemed to file. Okay, this is called the stealing. So only this has been happening. So I think this might be one of the tightened regulations. Okay, we must adhere to. Number two, never do business with CCP. Okay. If you deal business with CCP, and your number is gonna be, the lifespan of the business is numbered. We have seen numerous cases, whether it's in China, okay, in Hong Kong, or okay, in Taiwan, or in the Western world, U.S. and European countries. A lot of companies, if you deal with CCP, do business with them, they got no rules. So in the end of the day, it's their money. They see it's their money. They're going to find all sort of ways. In China now, every business gets silenced. So you be silenced, you disappear, then your money will be confiscated by the CCP. So let's take down the CCP. Thank you for watching us. Thank you, Bindi. Thank you, Flower.